Okay, so we're going to start off warming up the feet. You can use a tennis ball, squash ball, or any ball you use to throw at the dog. So these are quite tough. I got these from a pet shop, but you can find anything suitable in the house. To start on the floor, so I'm going to start with my big ball. The smaller the ball, the greater precision you have with the pressure. So let's start with one of your feet. I want you to press into the middle of your foot, as much pressure as you can take really, then continue rolling that ball back towards the heel and stopping as you get to the heel. So just find points in the foot, press into the floor and try and enjoy any release you feel in the sole of the foot. So aiming to bring a bit of blood back to the sole of the foot. So it's nice to start off a session with the part of our bodies that's furthest away from our brains and then work our way up. A few more moments here, rolling back and forth now, back and forth. Really dig in if you can. You may feel some release, some tension slowly unravel elsewhere in the body, and just try and enjoy this release. Swap sides now. So just pressing in, digging in. You can really use your weight here to press into the foot. Continue. Just finding any particularly soft spots, which are really grateful to receive this massage here. Then I want you to bring the ball out in front of you, put your heel on the floor, and then I want you to curl the toes over and round the ball. Just try and touch the floor in front of you. Really trying to lengthen the space in the sole of the feet. So this should help for balance in your pregnancy. Your second trimester, you'll feel that your balance has really shifted given the weight of the baby. So this is really helpful. Swap sides, heel on the floor, curls, turning round, toes curling round, and attempting to touch the floor in front of you. A few more moments here. We'll just remove the ball. I want you to place your feet together here, then bring your feet out into a little pizza slice, not too wide, then roll the heels out. So this should be hip distance apart. Become aware of this, it might be a bit narrower than you expect. Then we're going to start with the little toes and have a little Mexican wave. So curling up first with the little toes, then bring the little toes up finally to the big toe. Again, trying to widen the space in the feet. Good balance. Let's roll the shoulders back once as we continue toes. As you do this, try and uncurl the tailbone, feel it drop a little to free up the small of the back, soften in the rib cage, and send the air into the rib cage. Okay, so let's continue with the pelvic floor. You will have heard of this. It's the little sling or the little hammock of muscles coming from below. Helps with breathing, with coughing, sneezing, going to the toilet, but vitally it's helpful in childbirth if you can try and release this during labour. Very, very useful for a safe delivery. So to try and switch on your pelvic floor, I'd like you to step with me forwards into an imaginary ice bath in front of you. You're zipping up from here, from below. So let's have a few exercises here to strengthen the pelvic floor. It's really important to have strength in the pelvic floor, especially after your pregnancy. So I want you to inhale into the rib cage. As you exhale, I want you to slowly increase the tension and zip up from that pelvic floor, sucking in upwards towards the belly button. We'll hold here for another 5 seconds. Now I want you to slowly release from here. So really try and engage the whole hammock, all aspects of that sling of the pelvic floor. Next time, inhale. As you exhale, slowly draw up the pelvic floor in towards the belly button. We'll hold for 10 seconds. Try and soften in the soles of the feet, soften your facial expressions. Try not to clench up elsewhere in the body. Last deep breath. 3, 2, 1, and release. Now we'll engage this very quickly. So inhale. As you exhale, we'll really quickly zip up with the pelvic floor. And release once more, inhale. Exhale, zip up. Hold, and release. Fantastic. So now I want you to bring your hands along the lines of your ribs here. You can bring your thumbs behind the rib cage. So I want you now to align the fingers along the ribs, in between the space of the ribs, these intercostal muscles. I want you to now breathe into these fingers and expand the ribs. Nice deep breaths. So really try and expand into the fingers, into the sides of the rib cage and the back. Nice deep breaths. So you can tend to get a little bit crushed here as you lean forward or lean back while you're pregnant. Just try to widen and soften these intercostal muscles in the ribs. A few more breaths here. Really breathe into the thumbs, drop the shoulders. Last one. So while we do this, you're actually warming up the muscles just by breathing. Okay, so let's continue with the arms. So try not to punch forward with the arms, trying to release the shoulders. So let's start with a little warm up along with the sides as well. So as we come into a T, inhale, exhale, drop the shoulders and come to one side. Drop the opposite arm, free up the neck. Inhale to center, drop this arm and swap sides. Exhale. Inhale to center, exhale to side. So don't forget the breathing pattern. Inhale to center, exhale to sides. Feel a warmth for the sides of the body. And pretend that you're a bit of bread in a toaster, that you're not leaning forward or back. A nice warm up in the deltoids and the shoulder muscles as well. Last one. Fantastic. I want you to now bring one hand towards your belly button. From here, I'm going to place an imaginary crystal ball in your hand. So this is a really nice warm up for your wrists that I took from flamenco dancers. So I want you to use the front, the palm, to brush the outside of the crystal ball. So you're not going to come over the top, it's all going to come round. So I want you to start it quite slow. Try and make any jerky movements soft and flowing. Inhale from here. As you exhale, swap direction. Try not to hunch in the shoulders. And now let's go half speed. So we've got a slight tuck in the chin. Imagine we've got a tennis ball between the chin and the chest. Last one. Then we'll widen the stance here. Inhale. As we exhale, we'll come to the side, swap sides with the crystal ball and come to the opposite side. So make sure that your belly button is in the centre here. You're not raising it up or dropping it. Just a few more to each side, getting a very gentle curl in the spine. So we're trying to articulate the spine in rotation. You should feel a nice release in the small of the back here. Last one. Then I'd like you to swap hands with crystal balls, so the opposite hand is now coming below. Try not to drop the crystal ball. Inhale, exhale, come round to the side. Nice and gentle. It's all coming from the wrist, trying to keep the shoulders out of the equation. Nice gentle warm up for the wrists. Inhale. And exhale, swap direction. So we're still breathing into the rib cage, still zipping up with the pelvic floor. Try not to clench in the cheeks, bite, or frown. Try to make this as efficient as possible. Fantastic. From here, inhale, Exhale, look towards the mat, slowly come down, and just bring that towards the floor. Just pause here, flop forward, look between the knees, let gravity lengthen the spine, inhale, zip up the pelvic floor, slowly exhale to come to standing. So notice I'm doing this really slowly, letting my neck drop forward to the last possible moment. I'm uncurling the spine, the mid-back's coming up now, followed by the upper back, shoulders, then the neck. Excellent. So let's bring our attention a bit more to the arms now. So we've got the wrists nicely warmed up. Let's continue with the fingers and the forearms. So I want you to press out from in front of you, and stretch the fingers, lengthen the forearms away from you. Feel like someone is pulling the fingers and the hands away from you. Moments. Then we'll look up to the ceiling or to the sky, pressing up with the wrists, trying to release in the upper body, and then slowly pressing down here. Now we'll interlock the fingers behind the back and then press the hand away from us, getting a lovely stretch in the deltoids, shoulder muscles. Try to keep the neck soft here, try not to clench elsewhere in the body. Nice deep breath to the rib cage. And relax. So just feel the arms soften by the sides here. You can have a little playground stretch to each side. So keep the arms flop forward, imagining that you're a kid in a playground. Nice relaxed spine. Again, getting a bit more of an intense stretch in the spine here. Again, we're working in rotation. Nice warm up. Also between the shoulder blades. Okay, arms. So I want you to bring your elbows together at 90 degrees in line with your shoulders. From here, you're going to have an imaginary 50-pound note in between your elbows, so you cannot drop that 50-pound note. Really want to be aware of the space between your shoulder blades here. Inhale, zip up with the pelvic floor, exhale, push up. So keep doing this, try to drop the tailbone and lengthen the spine as you're doing this. You may be able to come up only a little bit like this, or you can really surge up, that's fine, just work at your own level. Really imagine you're working from the space between your shoulder blades. You need to spend quite a lot of time here to really feel any engagement. Just continue here. A few more moments here, breathing into the rib cage. Try to soften in the soles of the feet, space those toes out. So uncurl the toes and bring them to the floor. A few more moments. Nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hands together to this prayer position. Now from here, try not to drop the elbows and try not to lift the shoulders. So we're working elbows coming up, shoulders coming down. Think of those opposites here. Inhale, zip up with the pelvic floor. Exhale, press the fingers out and into a little breast stroke here. Inhale to center, exhale to come out. So we're getting a nice stretch in the rotator cuff, and you may know that this is a really problematic part of the shoulder joint. It's very deep in the shoulder joint, it's a collection of muscles. If you tear one of these tendons, they get really sore and very difficult to repair because the blood supply is not very good. So it's good to strengthen in the rotator cuff. Try to soften elsewhere in the body, try not to clench with your buttocks or with your quad muscles in the thigh. Last couple here. Inhale, exhale, press up, inhale, come down. Exhale, press up, inhale, come down. A few more. So you should really feel the ache now. That's just a build up of lactic acid in the muscles. Continue if you can. Last one. And relax. Shake out here. Now I want you to work on one side, pressing into these deltoids. So these are like the epaulets of a soldier. They got a lot of tension, they're really big muscles, they make the shoulder look bigger than it is. And you can work up to the trapezius here. It's always grateful to receive a bit of massage here. You can knead in with your knuckles here, be really as firm as you can bear. Then I want you to work into one side of the neck. Into the neck, really nice and firm. And pressing into the forehead, I want to press with 2 fingers into the notch behind your head. So this is the occiput. So I was very grateful to receive a massage. So there's lots of nerves travelling in this part of the body. So it's a nice release. Fantastic. And we'll swap sides. So it's the opposite deltoid. So really, from here we're trying to send tension in the muscle away into the bloodstream. Namely, it's the lactic acid build-up. Again, into the trapezius. You can always get someone else to do this, if you trust them. And then really dig deep if you can. Just feel that release and breathe into it. And finally, with the occiput, that little notch behind the head. Fantastic. Good stuff. So, from here, inhale, zip up the pelvic floor, roll the shoulders back, exhale, look towards the floor. Then before the shoulders roll forward, keep the pelvis nicely supported here, squash into the spine with the abs, we'll slowly come down into forward flexion, and then bend the knees back and sit it. So I want you to sit however's comfortable here. You could have your feet on the ground, your legs out straight, or you could have your legs crossed. Just come into whatever position is comfortable. So we're going to do a spine curl, and hopefully I won't get attacked by these plants. So we're trying to really increase the space between the individual vertebrae. And to do this, we'll have quite a complicated breathing pattern, but it's really worth trying this. So if you just watch me for the moment, I'm going to have my arms in W position. Just watch me for now, don't try it just yet. So I'm using my breath to bring myself to one side. I'm going to have 3 breaths, but the first 2 are to come into a maximum point of rotation. So I'm breathing in, exhaling once, twice, and until I feel I can't go any further. And with the 3rd breath, I'll try and go one little bit further. Inhale to the centre. So I'll do that a little bit quicker. Inhale, exhale, inhale to the centre. So you can come with me now. Bring the arms out into a W position. From here, really try to sink down with the shoulders. So you can just have a little pulse with the elbows, just to try and free up the neck, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Fantastic. Okay, from here, try and relax into the space behind you. Try and feel your shoulder blades sink into the back towards the back of this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to the centre. Exhale. So continue this. Try not to bounce too much. You naturally will bounce a little bit, but you're working from your centre, from your core. You're working from the real centre of your spine, not from your arms. Your arms are trying to remain static, or at least level. Last one. Good stuff. Okay. So from here, right, to come to the end of your mat, and you'll send the legs out. Send the heels away from you, the toes coming in, so you have a natural hamstring stretch. Have a nice level spine here, with its elbow tucking into the floor. From here, inhale deeply. As you exhale, curve the spine into a C-shaped curve. Slowly bring the small of your back to the floor, then the mid back, and finally the back. Just breathing nice and deeply. Have a full body stretch here. So just be careful if you feel a little strange here. It can be a little bit dangerous lying in the supine position in your 2nd trimester. So if you feel dizzy at all, or clammy, sweaty, just come up into sitting. But we'll have maximum 2.5 minutes here. So we're going to work through the transverse abdominis, a very deep lying core muscle, abdominal muscle lying at the front. It's like a corset in the body. So drawing those toes nicely out onto the mat, so just rolling them out. you should just be able to feel your toes, your heels here. So there's nice support for the small of your back. Bring your arms to your hands to your belly. So your belly button's sort of in the middle in this diamond with your forefinger and your belly button. So from here, I want you to inhale. As you exhale, press the fingers into the tummy. Okay? Inhale. Now as you exhale now, you press the tummy into the spine. You release the fingers. This is a transverse abdominis working. These are horizontal lying muscle fibers, very deep in the sort of fourth level of your abdominal muscle layer. So they lie below 2 layers of oblique muscle and the 6 or the 8 pack, the rectus abdominis. It's really good core muscle to protect the spine. Just relax here. One more here. Pressing the fingers into the tummy. Inhale. Exhale, press the transverse abdominis, the abdomen into the spine. A few moments here. Really bracing that corset muscle and relax. Bring the hands out here, palms facing down. You can draw the feet a little bit further away from the body. Inhale. As you exhale, lifting up the head and the shoulder and the arms, just looking between the knees, and just holding in this bowl, just as long as you can really. Just make sure you're not feeling any major pain here. If you do come up to sitting, inhale to come back down, rolling back down, ending with the head. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Breathe naturally into the rib cage, holding as exhale, trying to feel this bracing from this horizontal muscle fibers, the transverse abdominis. So while you're present, it's good to work these deeper core muscles rather than the more superficial ones. A few more moments here, keep those arms lifted. Exhale, bring the knees to one side, and I want you to come up with the elbow directly beneath the shoulder. Really make sure the elbow is beneath the shoulder, it's really important. So from here, your feet are going to be in line with your bum, and if a bird was flying above us, the bird would see the hips nicely stacked, so no folding forward or back, especially, and with the shoulders as well. So here, bring the ribs down a little bit towards the floor, sink them up and down just a few times. Again, as ever, if you feel dizzy or clammy, sweaty, come up to sitting or to standing. So we've got the upper hands just brushing the leg here. So we're going to come into a modified side plank here. So we're using the lower abs, the lower core, to bring ourselves up with the pelvis. So we're using this part of the body, not forgetting to zip up the pelvic floor. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly, coming up into the side plank. Inhale, back down. So try not to rush up, but really coming up slowly as if you're underwater. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Now if this is too easy, you can straighten the legs, but just work at your own level, sending the heels away from you if you wish. Inhale. Exhale, slowly coming up. Really key things slowly coming up. Inhale to back down. Let's have 3 more of these. Have a break if you need. Last one. And we're going to hold here, a few more moments, and inhale to the centre. Fantastic. Good stuff. Let's have another spine curl. So I want to test you a little bit here. You can sit on a block or a pillow. This time, we're going to make it difficult. We're going to increase the size of the angle of the lever, making it a little bit more difficult on our core to come to side. So I'm going to remove myself from this plant, which keeps attacking me. I want you to draw the shoulder blades down into the back, trying to free up the neck. From here, I'm going to bring the arms out again. So the secret, like little hidden task for this spine curl, keeping the heels pointed out away from you, is we're trying not to hunch up with the shoulders, keep them nice and relaxed. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to centre. Keep the arms nice and level. Always working from the centre, not swinging the arms at all. Little natural bounce to it. Try not to emphasise that bounce unnecessarily. Last couple. Great stuff. So we'll bring those legs back into this position, like a mini side lying here. From here we'll have the mermaid position. So again, arms coming out, try not to hunch the shoulders. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to lift up and over the head and reaching with the little finger away from the body towards the side. So I want you to feel a connection from your little finger to your pelvis. Really try and stretch here, keep the neck free. Inhale, slowly come up to center. Nice deep breath. Exhale, we're just going to hold the knee here and come around the body. So we're trying to stretch out the sides of the body here. Inhale to center. Exhale. So feel a lovely stretch between the shoulder blades here, trying to free up the spine and the cage. So you can make this your own really. You can hold the movement as you come out, just really enjoy that stretch, or you can keep moving. The most important thing is that you're not doing this, you're not using momentum, you're not using your arms to swing out, because you're really not getting much engagement from that. Instead you're trying to move from the core. So you might have an image of your head of a crane at a building site. So a crane is weighted from the centre and it moves from the centre so it doesn't collapse from the sides. So instead of being a coat hanger working from the externals, you've got the central support, the core. So one more to each side. So really try and keep that arm lifted above the head. And not forgetting to breathe, keeping that pelvic floor zipped up. Alright. And we'll swap sides with the legs. Come into that either the modified side plank here, elbow beneath the shoulder, or have the full side plank, it's up to you. So, remembering this pelvic floor here, zipping up from below, elbow beneath the shoulder, really keep warmth in the core here. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Inhale to centre, can't do that too quickly. Exhale, slowly coming up, very good. Inhale to centre. So really point those heels away from you, feel the full side plank. Break your knee, let's try and go for 4 more of these. So we're also getting a bit of strengthening for the shoulder joint as well. Just try not to flop forward or back with the hips or the shoulders and hunching forward or back. I think we're about 2 more now. Last one, holding. And coming down. Continuing with the mermaids. So from here, imagining that you're sitting on a wooden bench, you can feel those combinations in the hips and the sit bones. So I really want you to try and balance the weight in your bottom. Try and melt the sit bones to the floor as well as the tailbone. So nice spacing, widening for the small back. Inhale to centre, dropping the shoulders. Exhale, we're going to go this way. So really lifting above the head. Feel the distance between your pelvis and your rib cage, trying to warm up the knees and oblique muscles on the side of the head. Trying not to clench at all or tense up in the wrist joints and the fingers. So really being conscious now, because you're a bit more used to this move and moving from the centre. Bring your attention to other parts of your body that might be tensing up. So are you holding your thighs and your quads? Or are you frowning? Can you soften your facial expression? So trying to do this with as much effort as necessary, but as little as possible as well. So as much as necessary, as little as possible. Keep those shoulders unhinged from the ears, release them. So one more to each side. Inhale, exhale to slide. To centre, last one. Exhale to side. Back to centre. So we can just come into sitting. Just remembering that these pelvic floor exercises that we started with, the sucking in, we had the slow contractions where we held for about 10 seconds, and then we had the fast contractions. So these are using two different sorts of muscle fibers within the same muscle group. So it's really good to be able to be strong in both of those senses, in the endurance sense and in the fast acting sense. So you can practice the pelvic floor exercises anywhere. It's probably the most important one that we've done today.